Hello, everybody. I am Megan, and I am totally new to live. This is my first live post ever, and I have no idea what's going on. My phone was asking me all these questions, like if I can get ready, and I was going to do this from my iPad, and it's apparently not an option. So what would I be doing if I wasn't having technology difficulties? So I want to see if anybody's on. It looks like my husband is joining me. He's giving my daughter a bath right now, so I hope that she behaves and doesn't scream and cry. So I see a couple of you guys jumping on. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I first want to say that I had a really negative outlook on Facebook when I got pregnant. Ellie's 4.5 months now, so it was a while ago, and I saw Facebook as a really negative thing, and I went completely off of it. I didn't think that it was real, and that people just got on and judged one another, and it wasn't really their real life that we were seeing. But I can tell you, when your mindset changes, it doesn't get any more real than this. So I want to say that's made a big difference. And I also want to start by thanking people for all of the support that they have been giving me. I think that it is completely different to be in person as much as I can instead of, typing something or leaving a comment somewhere. Like, it is extremely appreciated more than you know, the support and love that I have gotten. So I want everyone to know that. And, it started with my why post. A lot of you probably know that I have, made a lifestyle change, and, I'm trying to get fit, and that is great and everything, but that is not why I'm on here tonight. So thank you for all the support, and let me go ahead and dive in. I know there's people on here. So why am I here tonight? Most of you know, again, that I've changed my life, and I'm repeating myself. I apologize. I'm a little bit nervous. So I feel compelled to share something with all of you because, I've been doing a lot of looking inside myself, and I feel like if you do not put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow as a person. And, I've had some struggles in my life, just like all of us have. And some of you that know me more recently in my life will probably be very surprised when you hear some of these things, and I apologize if I get emotional. I get emotional when I talk about this. And but I want to share some of the things that I've been through in my life because I think they might be able to help people. And so I kind of wanted to start with just a list of my struggles. And yeah, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget anything. But those of you who have known me for a long time, I danced for like 13 or 14, 15 years of my life. And I dealt with eating disorders, that included anorexia and bulimia, along with the binging and the purging and the weight obsession and ultimately food addiction. I don't know if people really use that phrase, food addiction, but that's really what it is. And I've had other addictions in my life. I've dealt with drugs. I smoked cigarettes for 13 years, and I abused alcohol a lot. If you knew me in college, I was pretty much drunk the whole entire time. And when I was younger, I popped pills. I cut myself. I had insomnia, depression. I attempted suicide multiple times. And therefore I was forced into therapy, and I was also, my junior year of high school, sent away to boarding school. It was a therapeutic military boarding school. I literally had police officers show up in my kitchen at 6 a.m. and said, "You're going with us," and I disappeared. No one knew where I went, and I was gone for 2 years. But with all of those things, I've come past and I've overcome a lot of those things. But the one thing that I have never been able to get control of is food. And you're thinking, you need food to live, right? So how can it be that big of a deal? But I'm talking about the uncontrollable urge to use it improperly and be extremely unhealthy. My eating disorders started in middle school. There's a lot that I could say about them, but I want to focus on the one thing right now, and that is the high that I would get from either starving myself or actually getting like a bunch of food in front of me and just being able to binge on all of it. I would literally get high from it. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for all of that, psychological and everything. But I've been on this roller coaster of the food addiction for as long as I can remember. And what makes me so sad is that it got control of me. Or I could not control my urges and my cravings. I guess it depends on the way you look at it. But if I had a bad day, I would sink into this whole downward spiral and bounce back and forth from losing 20 or 30 pounds, gaining 20 to 30 pounds. I mean, you can scroll through all my Facebook photos and you can see how I just went up and down, up and down, up and down. Before I got pregnant, I wanted to lose those 30 pounds. So yeah, I wanted to get fit, but I said, oh, well, let me just lose the weight first. And so I starved myself and drank about a bottle of red wine a night and smoked clove cigarettes because that sounded like a good idea. And then I was like, oh, I'll get healthy and fit, once the weight's off. So I didn't eat all day. And when I would get on the scale in the morning and I didn't see anything happen after I worked so hard not to eat all day, I'd be so angry. And it would affect my day. It would affect my mood. It made me a really ugly person. I'm so sorry to my husband, my parents, so many people that were close to me because I was a very angry and vindictive and miserable person for a really long time. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows what that's like. Having something control you every second of your life. It's exhausting. Constantly thinking about eating, not eating, fighting with yourself nonstop. I mean, I had put myself in my own jail, in my own mind, and I've been trapped for so long. I've missed weddings, I've missed bachelorette parties, I've missed reunions, or when I would travel and go places, I wouldn't want to see people because I didn't want them to see me because I was so uncomfortable in my skin and I didn't look the way I thought, in my mind that I wanted to look. Or I just got drunk and then I didn't have to think about it. It's probably why my drinking was so out of control for so long. But I think the most that I want anyone to take away from this tonight is that I am free now. And the chains and the shackles have come off for the first time in my life. And I don't feel controlled. I don't obsess about food anymore. And if anybody knows what that was like, you would know why I'm so passionate about it right now. Because it was literally almost every waking moment. It was just exhausting. And I feel so compelled to share that because it's awful going through that. And if I can help one person to stop feeling that way, I would love to do that. So, I'm not saying that you have to come do what I'm doing. I'm just sharing with everyone that I found my answer, and maybe it can help you, maybe it can help a loved one. If there's someone that could benefit this, please share my video. I just want to help people. I also wanted to go live because most of you are probably going to get a personal message from me. And I wanted to let you know that, and I wanted you to see the look on my face when I tell you that it is my honest, true intention to help people. And, I want to mend some relationships in my past. I want to reconnect with people. Facebook is so amazing for that reason. In fact, I have already reconnected with some people that I haven't talked to in years, and it is wonderful. So you might get a message from me that just says hi. I want to let you know what I'm doing. I might ask you to support me or share it with someone else. I might ask you if I can help you. It's going to be different for everyone, but I didn't want to hide that for any reason. So I hope that this has helped or possibly touched at least one person, because I've always said I want to write a book one day, and I might get to that at one point, but because this is so real and so raw for me right now, this is an amazing way to share that and hopefully help someone right now. We have to use technology for a good thing, for God's sakes. There's enough bad things going on in this world. So I just wanted to say, for any man or woman that's struggling, I think that you should say this to yourself, that strong is the new skinny, and strong is the new sexy, and strength is the next freaking superpower. And you should educate before you medicate. And I mean that with food, with supplements, with drugs like Prozac, or with Netflix. It can be anything. Just so many things can be cured by changing your lifestyle and leading a healthy one. So I'm going to leave you with this for right now. I'm going to be running my first free group in February, and it's the month of love. So I'm going to focus on loving ourselves, because I think that's so important, and it's something that is still new to me, and I think that we can grow a lot together by focusing on that, and I hope you will join me. It should be uplifting, I hope. And I don't want anyone to get offended, but this has been really emotional for me, so I want to go back and read any of the comments or any of the questions that you guys might have. I will promise I will get to them, and I thank you all for coming here and listening. Again, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't getting the support and love from all of my friends and my family. And so I just want to thank you, Facebook world, for listening to me. I hope everybody has a really good night. Take care.